Women's risk of getting ovarian cancer is about 1 in 87, according to the American Cancer Society. It kills more women than all other gynecologic cancers combined. The symptoms are often subtle and mistaken for other more common problems. That's why one group is working to raise awareness about ovarian cancer's symptoms. As WKYT's Samantha Valentino shows us, they're turning the city of Lexington teal today as we kick off Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month.
In most cases, the symptoms of ovarian cancer don't appear until the cancer has already advanced.
It's important to be able to tell other people what to look for or what not, so that we decrease the incidence of ovarian cancer.
Signs can include bloating, pelvic or abdominal pain, trouble eating, or feeling full quickly, and urinary symptoms such as urgency or frequency. The American Cancer Society says these symptoms could also have other causes, but when caused by ovarian cancer, they tend to be persistent and a change from normal. You should see a doctor if you experience them more than 12 times in a month.
We try and raise awareness, but also support those people with our support group.
Rose Lewis is a 7-year ovarian cancer survivor and the secretary of Bluegrass Ovarian Support. They're honoring Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month by turning Lexington teal with ribbons.
We also do bows in Georgetown, Winchester, and Versailles, and at almost all the hospitals in town.
Boone Logan has helped put these ribbons up since 2016. The first time he saw them, he was taking his wife Eunice in for treatment at UK's Markey Cancer Center.
And I looked over at Eunice and she was crying. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, it's these bows. I said, well, what are they? She said, well, they're for ovarian cancer. And she said, somebody cares that I have this blankety-blank disease.
Eunice fought cancer for 33 months before passing away in 2016. Now Boone is continuing her fight, turning Lexington teal for other women like Eunice.
I hope that some have the same reaction that she did.
In Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Now, as you drive downtown, you'll know what those teal bows mean. UK's Markey Cancer Center does have a free ovarian cancer screening program. Women over the age of 25 who have a family history of ovarian cancer or other genetic risk factors, and any women over the age of 50 are eligible for free screenings. For more info and to learn more about Bluegrass Ovarian Cancer Support, you can check out this story inside the WKYT News app.